It's good, yeah. Day 3 of the Jamaican National Championships just capped off. It was a kind of a lighter day. We had a lot of prelims. The only finals on the track that we had, at least on the sprint and hurdle side, was the 400-meter hurdles for both the men and the women. I really did enjoy some of the performances, though, across the board. So I'm going to quickly dive into some of them. But if you haven't already, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I truly do appreciate everyone who's, taken the opportunity to tune in, to watch the videos over the past, days, weeks, months, years. Like, truly appreciate y'all's support. But let's dive quickly into the 400-meter hurdles, as those were the only finals that we did have today. Rochelle Clayton won her, I forget exactly what title this was, but she won another national title for Jamaica. Coming up, she ran 53.81 seconds. Nothing too crazy in terms of time or performance, but the fact that I would say most people probably predicted Anjanette Knight as the favorite entering the finals today, because she has been the most consistent hurdler for Jamaica this entire season, whether it's at the Diamond Leagues, whether it's at Grand Slam track. And we had seen Rochelle Clayton actually pick up a slight injury in the middle of the season at the Kingston Grand Slam track meet. She picked herself back up, was able to, get back going through the year. But for her to be able to come here, really show that grit, really show that determination, essentially like hold the field down, surpassing Anjanette Knight, surpassing Shelly-Ann Solomon, who ended up getting third, surpassing the rest of the field. This was a major performance for Rochelle Clayton, and she said that was the main thing, like just getting the title, regardless of the time. That's what she really focused on. So shout out to Rochelle Clayton and everything she did. Again, Rochelle Clayton, Anjanette Knight, as well as Shelly-Ann Solomon. Those are the three going to the World Championships. On the men's side, we did see Roshawn Clark. He got the win here. Flash time came up as 47.9, was corrected to 48.0. But regardless, he's been dealing with a lot of setbacks this year as well. We saw him get injured at the Miami Grand Slam track meet early this year, but he actually, I'll put the clip in a second, but he was saying that he was supposed to take maybe a month off, but he really likes racing and he really likes to be on the track. That's kind of like what makes him feel really good. So, the doctors helped him to get healthy, and, he was able to be back ready in about 3 weeks. But he did pick up a little bit of a nerve issue in his hamstring. So you saw he had a little KT tape on his hamstring today, but still came out, still performed. So shout out to Roshawn Clark. He got 4th place at the World Championships in 2023. That's when he ran that World U20 record, 47.2 seconds, 47.3. Someone fact check me in the comments. But now he kind of keeps that in his mind, where he's like, listen, I got 4th place then. I hit a hurdle at the Olympic Games in the final. I don't want that to happen. That's the motivation, going into these World Championships. Now, we have to be honest that it's going to be very tough to get on the podium, considering the big three: Rai Benjamin, Alison Dos Santos, Karsten Warholm. They're like in a different realm when talking about performances, but I can't count out Roshawn Clark in terms of his grit and his determination. But we're going to see how that plays out. Shout out to Malik James King. Shout out to Asini Wilson. Obviously, the clear 3 top guys, they were able to qualify, to the World Championships as well. So they're going to be going. Now, couple races that we saw on the track. Women's 100-meter hurdles. Akira Nugent looked comfortable in her semifinal, or in her heat. They're only doing heats and then finals. So looked very comfortable. No issues with Akira Nugent. In the second heat, though, Megan Tapper running 12.50 seconds into a headwind in the 100-meter hurdles. That, I think, is the fourth fastest time of her entire career. That actually equals the time that she ran earlier this year at the Miami Grand Slam track meet. Megan Tapper is on one right now. She is on one. Yes, it's not the 12.2s, it's not the 12.3s, or even the 12.4s, but she's kind of having a second jump in her career, maybe even like a third jump, because if you take a look at what she's done, where 2021, she got the bronze medal at the Olympic Games in the 100-meter hurdles, behind Jasmine Camacho Quinn, behind Kenny Harrison. Then 2023, she kind of came back and ran all those 12.4s that she has at the top of her all-time list, right? Her PB, her second fastest and third fastest all-time. Now, 2025, right? She's kind of on this 2-year cadence. She's right back in the mix, showing that she is one of the best. Now, it's going to be tough as we kind of do look forward, but Megan Tapper, I just love her grit, her determination, and, just being able to, jumpstart herself once again to get back into the conversation. Shout out to Danielle Williams, also, comfortably going into the final. She has the wild card, so no need to worry about really going, extra hard here or like, banking on getting a spot. She's safe. So after those three, it does get a little tricky in terms of who is going to be making it onto the team, but those three really solid. I'll probably talk about the 100-meter hurdles another day, like more in depth. But again, Megan Tapper kind of represents a different generation of hurdlers, even though it's from the past couple years. But the hurdles has been changing so frequently. So shout out to all of them. Men's 110-meter hurdles, I think we saw all the main players get through, right? We saw Rasheed Broadbell. We saw Hansel Parchment. Hansel Parchment really showed up. I liked kind of his phases through the 110-meter hurdles. He really gave, the guys a run for their money. Orlando Bennett. So all the main players really, were able to progress through the rounds. Nothing too surprising on that end. 200 meters is what I want to quickly talk about, where men's and women's 200 meters. Men's 200, you did see Bryan Levell. He actually was able to, compete here. This morning, he ran the prelims. So actually, even more context. Yesterday, in the 100, he was, of course, one of the quote-unquote favorites, or one of the people that, a lot of us were saying he has a chance to make the 100-meter team. He unfortunately pulled up and got injured in the final of the 100 meters, like literally right, close to the line, just pulled up and jogged it in. So people had questions on, is he healthy? What's his status? Will he be able to run the 200? Because he is the clear favorite. Ran 19.79, slightly windy, plus 2.5 at the Racers Grand Prix. But he ran the prelims in the 200 this morning, was able to qualify into the semifinals, and then he ran the semifinals. He ran, 20.51 seconds, so qualifying into the final. Christopher Taylor, he had the fastest time in the semifinals with a 20.50, and it looked very, very commanding from him. I liked how he kind of attacked the curve and then also the second half of the race to really kind of show some prowess. Now, one of the problems for the 200-meter guys is I think actually Andrew Hudson is the only athlete that has the standard for the World Championships. And someone could cross-check me on this. Please do in the comments. The thing is, Bryan Levell, last year, he ran 19 so the standard is 20.12 seconds in the 200 for the World Championships. Bryan Levell, he's only run 20.5 seconds. Remember, he ran the 19.79, but it was wind aided. So that's not going to count. Last year, he did run 19.97, but that was at Jamaican trials. So it was outside, before the actual window started. So he is running into a slight issue where, okay, he needs to make sure that, he can get the standard, which is why I think he's competing through the rounds. He does still have until August to actually get that standard, but depending on, what meets he can get in, et cetera, it could be a little bit tricky. So again, we do see that I think only Andrew Hudson has a 200-meter standard. And I don't know, man. It's disappointing that Jamaica, only one guy. Now, we could see other guys get that standard, but 20.12 is pretty tough, right? Really, really tough. So we can see how it actually may play out, but we'll see. Bryan Levell, I do like him kind of going through the rounds and at least proves that in the 100, it wasn't a full injury. Seems like he's able to come back here and really put himself out there. But shout out to Bryan Levell. Women's 200, I think you did see, most of the main players, show up and show out to qualify through. For the most part, they were all pretty good. So shout out to the women's 200. On the final ones, just the jumps. We did see in the men's long jump, Kerry McLeod, I think 8.16 meters to get the win. Nothing too crazy going on to the World Championships. We've seen him win a medal at the World Indoors. He's looking to get his first World Outdoor medal. Got 4th place in 2023. Women's side in the triple jump, Shanika Ricketts got the win here. Her 7th national title in the triple jump. She jumped 14.52 meters, if I'm correct. Akeelia Smith got 2nd place in 14.4. And then Kimberly Williams, she got 3rd place behind them as well. Shout out to Kimberly Williams. She's been dealing with so many setbacks over the past couple of years, especially last year. Like, shout out to you, Kimberly. Like, we had the chance to speak a little bit. Like, so many setbacks, but she has a lot of grit and a lot of grind. So shout out to her. Shanika Ricketts, she's looking to get a gold medal at the World Championships this year. She's gotten silver at the Olympics last year, silver in 2022 at the World Champs, silver in 2019 at the World Champs. She wants that gold medal. Age is only about a number, right? Doesn't matter, where she's at, how old she is. She has experience, she has focus, and she is going to be hopefully she's going to be a problem, but we're going to see. Triple jump is very competitive. But overall, that's just the day 3. Again, pretty light overall, but I really did like the landscape of things. If you haven't already, check out the documentary that we put out with Sidious Mag, highlighting my experience out at Champs earlier this year. Definitely already up, but be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Always truly appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.